We start with breaking news as we come on the air tonight. A shooting investigation is underway in the South Bay right now. Chula Vista police say at least 3 people were shot after someone opened fire at the Novo Brazil Brewing restaurant inside the Otay Ranch Mall. It happened just after 7 tonight. We want to go straight to Steve Price, who is live for us at the scene there with more on what happened. Steve, you just heard from police on scene. This all prompted a lockdown at the mall earlier this evening.
Yeah, and Kirsten, as you can imagine with what just happened in Maine, a lot of people wondering, was this some type of active shooter situation? Chula Vista police making it very clear in their opinion that is not what happened here. Instead, they said it was an argument between a couple of groups. Somebody pulled out a gun and shots were fired. As you can see behind me, Chula Vista police still here on the scene, the yellow crime scene tape. And then as we zoom inside that Novo Brazil Brewing Company, you can actually see there are a couple of officers inside. Let's show you some video from the scene earlier tonight. What we can tell you is that 2 people were shot inside the restaurant. We're told that they were taken to the hospital and their injuries are not life-threatening. Now, as officers were trying to put everything together, they get a call from the hospital saying, hey, somebody else just showed up with a gunshot wound. They've talked to that person now. They say that person also was shot as part of this. That person also with non-life-threatening injuries. As far as a suspect search goes, at this point, they did detain a couple of people, but they're not sure if these were actually folks who were involved or not. So they're saying at this point, officially no arrests. As far as this happening and the timing, we talked to police about, hey, it's Halloween weekend. A lot of folks are out and about. The restaurant was open and crowded. We talked to them about how much worse this could have been.
It's obviously unfortunate that we had this many victims and that the shooting occurred at all. But yes, it's definitely fortunate that there weren't more injuries. Again, nobody likes to see this kind of violence, especially in a public setting, in a mall, in an open business. So I'm glad that it wasn't worse. At the same time, 4 victims is too many.
And once again, just to be clear, police telling us no evidence of this being a hate crime, no evidence of this being related to any type of terrorist activity. It was simply a case of a couple of groups that got into an argument. Someone pulled out a gun, and at this point they are still looking for the shooter, but they do not believe that this is a threat to the community. That's the details from here. We'll send it back to you in the studio. Kirsten.
All right, thank you for that, Steve. Okay, so CBS 8's Rosia De La Fe is also outside of that shopping mall for us tonight. She talked with some of the people who were stuck inside during the lockdown. Rosia, pretty scary moments. How are they doing in all of this?
Well, I spoke to many people who were at the mall here at the time of the shooting, including one lady who says she was at the Apple store right across from Novo Brazil Brewing Company. It's just the Apple store right in front of me here. She says she was inside the mall. She heard around 3 shots or so go out, and that's when she says everyone inside the store, including the employees, locked the doors and they all hid in the back until it was safe for them to come out. She says they waited in lockdown mode for about 45 minutes to an hour until police gave them the okay and told them that it was safe to come out. Now, she said it was all very scary. Take a listen to what she had to say.
They pushed us all back in the back with a poor dog, and we were panicking. The women were crying. We were scared. We didn't know what had happened. We didn't know if the shooter was coming for us. They didn't tell us. It was terrifying.
Now, we also spoke to another gentleman. He was actually eating dinner with his family right next door to where the shooting all unfolded. He said this particular incident tonight is especially scary because of what recently happened in Maine, where 18 people were, of course, shot in a mass shooting there. Of course, that's not at all what happened here tonight, but he says in the moment he felt like it was something similar happening here at home. Thankfully, him and the others I spoke to tonight just grateful for the chance to go home and for the chance that, you know, they made it out and that it could have been much, much worse.
Thank you for that, Rosia. A lot of people on edge, understandably so. We will continue to follow the latest and update you as new developments unfold right here on air and online at CBS8.com. You can also download our free CBS 8 mobile app.